Welcome to Terrace 390. I'm Executive Chef Jason Bruner from New Orleans, Louisiana. Put a little flavor in our food. What we're going to do here today is give you a little cooking demonstration. We're going to take you in the back. We're going to whip up a little apple cobbler. Then we're going to take a nice, big, beautiful piece of Arctic salmon, show you how to fillet that, portion it up real nice. Then we'll maybe sit down, have a cup of tea, talk about a little culture, a little food, a little traveling. Come on back, let's have a good time. Hey, how y'all doing? We back. Just want to touch base with y'all back at Terrace 390. Now we're on the line here. As you see, we're really cooking over here. Got some good stuff going. We got a little mise en place over here. Every time that we go ahead and make a recipe and we perform something on this stage, we take and gather all of our ingredients. We have a little bit of bourbon, a little bit of apples that's been soaked in a little brandy overnight. Here we have about 1.5 tablespoons of butter and about 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. Over here we have a little granola mixture. This is going to be the top for our apple cobbler. It's granolas, raisins, and craisins, dry cranberries. We go ahead and put them together, a little cinnamon right over the top, shake them up. Really easy condiment to put on a lot of different stuff. Cheesecakes, cobbler, stuff like that. We're going to go ahead and start with the butter here. I'm going to put the butter in. As you see, our pan is really hot, smoking hot is what we want. We're going to drop all the sugar in there. We're making a really fast caramel. As you see, caramel's coming together. I'm going to go ahead and drop these apples in. Toss it around. Very quick dish. We're going to go ahead and add the bourbon. Now step back when you add the bourbon. You don't want it over direct flame. After it's in, go ahead and add it. Boom. I'm going to flame up a little bit. What you're doing now is you're cooking all the alcohol off. After we cook all the alcohol off, we can concentrate just into the bourbon flavor. Once we're finished with this, blow it out like that. Go ahead and take one of our bowls here, and any ramekin to do at your home. Go ahead and jazz that up. Go ahead and pour all that in there. Right like that. We'll slide this down here. Go ahead and give it a little white. We'll take it over here. We'll add our granola. Now this stuff was easy, very easy to make. We made this dessert in about 5 minutes. We'll top the granola. We'll take the granola and we'll place it back in the oven. Any standard convection oven is fine. We're going to use a salamander. We're lucky to have some pretty amazing tools in the industry. We'll give that about 2 minutes in the salamander, and it'll be nice and crispy and ready to serve. And you can add a little bit of vanilla ice cream, a little bit of chocolate sauce, and kind of texture it to your flavor. And as we see right here, very fast in the broiler. We'll pull this out. Get us a little plate, a little napkin, make it look nice. We'll set that up. It's ready to go. And we can add a little bit of ice cream, or like I said, a little bit of sauce. But you're pretty ready to go, and anybody will very, very enjoy that dish. I think I messed up on the last one.
That's all good. That's all
I went hard for the first couple minutes.
Yeah, you perfect. They said, well, very, very.
Oh!
very good. And keep it real.
Keep it real. This is improv out here. We're just doing good food. Please, HBO. I'm looking for a job. I got a good job. I need a better job. Hey, what's going on, y'all? Jason, Executive Chef down here at Terrace 390. We got a little bit of Alaskan salmon we're going to fillet for y'all today here. You know we like to put our spices on where I'm from down in New Orleans. Today we're going to go ahead and show you how to fillet. That way, when you start applying your spices, we can kick it up and we got a nice, very beautiful portion of salmon. I'm taking a very clean rag right here and I'm going to damp it off and make sure that my salmon is very dry so we don't have no slip. We'll go ahead and put my salmon towel over here. Take a 10-inch slice knife, very, very good slice knife. I'm going to cut into the tail. As I cut into the tail, I'm going to have a piece so I can hold it right there. Knife, tail, we're going to slide it all the way back. Now this is how we do it down there in Louisiana when we're fishing on the boats and we're doing everything that we're doing down there. It involves the wildlife, involves music, fun. I mean, food is everything. So we're going to go all the way down, working just like this. You'll come right to that edge. Go ahead and take your salmon knife, wipe off your knife. We want to stay, everything's very clean. And we're going to pull that right off just like that. Okay? Just like that. Nice clean salmon piece. We're going to take that skin. We're going to discard the skin. We'll put it right here. I'm going to go ahead and wipe off all of our scales. Get all of our scales nice and wiped off with our salmon rag. Go ahead and put that right there. Now we'll flip it right back over. Okay? As you see, we got a little piece. That's no big deal. What we're going to do, we're just going to simply flip it around. Be always careful to hold your fish. Make sure you take care of it. I'm going to slide this right in here. Run right along the side. Slice it right out of there. Right on the napkin. Right out of there. If people say they never make mistakes, oh boy, I tell you what. What I'm going to do right here, just a nice little clean. Wipe off my knife again. Now we have a very beautiful side of salmon. We're going to flip this off. Now what I want to do, since we're here in the restaurant, we're going to portion it out. I'm going to take that little tail piece. Now I'm going to save this and make a salmon mousse. Or I'll go ahead and make a mousse. Or I'll go ahead and make a salmon risotto, top it with some stuff. What I'll do is this belly piece comes off and it tapers to the right. I'm going to go ahead and take my knife and run straight line all the way up the belly. I'm going to fold that and, like we said, usable trim. We're going to save that. I'm going to clean my knife. Always like to have a nice clean knife. And then we'll start back here by the tail piece. We're going to slice the tail piece, one nice slice. What we're looking for is a nice portion. The tail piece is still a beautiful piece of fish, and it's going to cook up great. We're going to set that and portion that there. Now what I'm looking for is about 8 to 9 ounces. Now naturally, when I first started here, I used the scale every time I'd weigh this. But over the years, I've become somewhat of a tradesman to this. So we're going to go ahead, cut another nice little portion. And what I look for is I'm just looking at what it's going to look like on the plate. How's it going to sit? It's going to be a nice, beautiful piece of salmon. Let's go ahead and knock all these out. And as you see, I'm making a couple nice cuts. I get to the end, I sacrifice this piece, usable trim. I'm going to put that knife right there, set that down. I'm going to lay our salmon in here. And this is a pretty cool demo on a very clean piece of fish that you can do at your house, purchase it from your supermarket, and have a delicious dinner for your family.
So we're back here with Executive Chef Jason Bruner here at Terrace 390, and we're going to talk a little bit about food, about culture, about what you guys stand for here at Terrace 390, and what you're trying to accomplish with your food philosophy.
Definitely. I'll start off and give a little history about myself.
Okay.
Born and raised in New Orleans, Louisiana. Food is a big backbone down there.
Yeah.
We're pretty much considered a mecca in the United States for food. It's a travel destination just to eat. It's a very amazing thing. Started off as a teenager, working on the boats, shrimp boats, oyster boats, family full of commercial fishermen. Carried on there to agriculture. Took a couple jobs outside of junior high and high school where I was planting orange trees, gathering strawberries, eggplants, doing a lot of plant, a lot of soil.
Yeah. So I mean, you were bred into that culture.
Definitely. I felt like food was always a good time where I'm from.
Yeah.
Where I'm from, we take the crawfish and lay them right out on the table, and everybody gathers around. You hear about what they did last week, what they're doing, what's going on, and it's basically a time to come together, and you're gathering over a feast, over good food. And that's kind of what we're all about.
That's cool.
Yeah, after growing up in Louisiana, I went to New York City, where I started off in the CIA, Culinary Institute of America. Went to school there, really, it just opened up a lot of doors. Went to Hawaii, studied out there, learned how to ice carve out, actually, in Hawaii.
That's great.
Came back, became the president of the Ice Carving Club, from the Culinary Institute. And from there, just snowballed.
Traveling.
Oh.
Cooking in different places.
It went crazy, After I graduated, I got the opportunity to go to Sichuan, lower southern China, and amazing place.
Yeah.
The culture, the food, totally different aspect.
Yeah, I was going to say, how did that experience being in such a foreign place really affect your view on food, or what food is, how it's supposed to taste?
It opened up, I guess you could say, a history of food.
Mm-hmm.
It opened up something that I wanted to learn. These people have been doing this for thousands of years. So it's like, yeah, they may eat some weird things that we're not culturally understanding in the United States, but I had to try everything.
Right.
So I basically embraced everything that they had to offer. Stayed out there, went to school. Sanitation's a little rough out there, a little different.
Yeah.
But as far as everything else, it was just impeccable. You know, some of the skill level of some of these Chinese chefs are through the roof.
Yeah,
you see some of these steamed dumplings, some of these hot pots. I know you experienced the hot pot where it's a vegetable broth on one side and like an oil broth on the other, and they bring the raw stuff out, you dip it in. And it kind of reminded me of home, Louisiana. We're gathering around the food again.
Right.
And you know, I went to school there, studied, traveled around. I hit Shanghai, I hit Hong Kong. We did Beijing for the Olympics, very nice.
Yeah.
Toured around, ate a bunch of food. Upon there, returning back to the United States, I had the opportunity to go to Italy.
Wow.
So it's like one thing after another. This trip kind of snowballed into this one. Met a guy on that trip to kind of bring me to this one.
That's crazy. In terms of culture shock, you know, people are like, oh, I'll stay in, just going to China itself, culture shock, but then going from there to a completely different culture like Italy.
And I'm a small town in Louisiana, just coming out, you know? And it was great, it was great. Went to Italy, went to a small school out there, actually studied at his restaurant. We did a lot of cooking classes, we did a lot of really local, I mean everything was bought from the market. We would go on Wednesdays and Fridays and gather what you need because the market's not open on the other days. You have to go drive into town, you know, 30, 45 minutes down an interstate or something like that. Great experience. I love Italian food. I mean, pasta, you can't go wrong.
You can't go wrong.
No matter what. So after coming back there, I realized in Italy that I was a great cook.
Yeah. That's the thing. The light went off.
But here's the kicker. I realized I couldn't bake. I couldn't bake to save my life.
Yeah.
I did a lot of breads, I did a lot of cakes and stuff, tiramisu's and stuff like that, but I wasn't very good. I could get the job done, but I wasn't very good. So after that, I really I just didn't know what to do. I wanted to be a well-rounded chef. If somebody asked me to do something, I wanted to be able to take care of it.
Yeah.
So I went back to school.
Just like that.
Went back to the Culinary Institute of America.
Perfect.
Went back, baking and pastry. Went in, successfully pulled it off.
And that was that.
Another year and a half, and then I moved on again. After finishing, I just kept traveling. I really love to travel. Let's see, my next adventure was Australia.
But let's go to a break for a quick.
Okay.
And come back to it because this is another evolution that you kind of went through after that.
Yeah, it's like they call it the third or fourth chapter.
The third, I like that. All right, so we're back with executive chef Jason Brunner here at Terrace 390. So you're just telling us about your experience traveling and going all over the world, cooking different places, being exposed to different things. And my question is, what keeps you doing? You know?
It's definitely not the money, Mike.
Yeah, clearly not the money.
Definitely not the money, or the little hours. You know, because we definitely put in 60, 70 hours a week. Is the norm.
Yeah.
You know. I love it, man.
Yeah.
I really enjoy cooking.
Yeah.
It's nothing like me searing a piece of fish, putting it together, making all the colors of the rainbow pop out at you, giving height, sauces that take hours to make, putting it on a plate, popping it in front of somebody, and really feeling.
Yeah.
When they come up to you, it's genuine.
Yeah.
It's an amazing feeling. They come up to you, they say, "Wow, what a delicious piece of fish. That sauce, how'd you make it? It's intriguing. It's different levels of seasonings, different levels of flavoring, things that sit right on the tongue, things that spice that hit you right in the back of the throat. But a minute down the line, maybe a nice wine pairing, where you have a nice Cabernet Sauvignon that pops that spice right out. You say, whoa, that's a little intense on the pepper, you know, and it brings stuff out, and that's what it's all about, man. And I go back to family, to food, to it's a good environment, you know, and everybody's happy when they're in a restaurant. When they're eating, you know, sometimes they're quiet, and that's, you know, it's real good, you know, and then sometimes they're talking about things, and people are it's just a great environment. And if I'm gonna do something for the rest of my life, I want to make sure that I at least enjoy it a little bit.
Right.
And I got the pleasure to enjoy it a whole lot.
Absolutely. So, with that being said, how much influence does the traveling have, like seeing people enjoy their food and the different types of food, being all over the world? How do you bring that home?
Oh, it's amazing. It's amazing. Let's say, we were just talking about China.
Yeah.
Go back to China where I made dishes and I can't even speak the language. All they say is smile and, you know, shay.
Yeah.
They love it and stuff like that. And it's like, what do you say to that? You know, you're gonna smile no matter who you are.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just an amazing feeling. You know, to really come across to somebody that you normally couldn't communicate with, and by the power of food, it brings us together.
Yeah. Breaking the boundary, any cultural, any, you know.
Oh, you put some food on the table, the people just start coming.
Yeah.
You know, no matter what, no matter race, no matter gender, no matter, you know, like you say, all across the world, it just brings people together.
Absolutely. So let's talk about how food and culture kind of merge in a place like Orlando, or just in a place like in America, where we don't have a lot of people that understand the complexity of food as just substance, you know?
Oh, Mike, I don't know. I almost had to disagree with you on that.
Yeah?
Yeah, because America's a melting pot. You look at places like San Francisco, where they have Fisherman's Wharf, some of the freshest seafood you can get. But right down the street is Chinatown, where you get authentic meals right here in your own backyard. You know, we can eat pho, go have a lovely bowl of Vietnamese soup, and just, I mean, right here in Orlando.
Yeah.
You know, and if you see all the different restaurants and then the people that's dining inside of those, there's no boundaries. There's no barriers. It's just come in, enjoy it. If you like it, come on back and see us.
Perfect.
It's pretty cut and dry.
Yeah.
You know, when it comes to flavors and to people experimenting at their house, that's fun. You know, and even when we're in the back and we're serious and it's intense and the tickets are rolling in the back of your head, you're still having a good time.
Right.
You know, you're working, but when it's all said and done and everybody's breathing again, everybody's back and it's like, whoa, that was intense, or, you know, it's just a good flow.
Yeah. Now, would you say that cooking for so long kind of changes your own perception of food?
Ooh.
You know? Because, you know, it could just be, like you said, it's a labor of love, but at the same time, sometimes working in what your passion is, it changes the whole equation.
Well, it's not exactly good on the relationships, Mike. I mean, long hours, you know.
Yeah.
You got to find a balance. Younger in my career, should I say, it was hard to find that balance. You know, I wanted to do a lot of things. My mind was going. I'm still want to get involved with a lot of things. I got cookbooks on my mind. I got TV shows on my mind, you know. And I want to show the world what I've been learning. I want to share as much as I can the culture. You talk about the culture intertwining. You know, you can't go nowhere without seeing 5, 6, 7 different kinds of restaurants. Indian, Asian, American cuisine, barbecue. I mean, barbecue is like 6, 7 different kinds all over the United States.
Yeah.
And it's just good to see people doing what they know to do. You know, whether it's a simple potluck that everybody brings together, or it's a mother cooking for her kids at home. You know, it's basically a necessity of life to have food, nourishment, and why not do it when you can actually bring a smile to somebody's face?
Absolutely. Well, we sure do hope that most of the people working in your profession have the same. I don't think that many do, but
yeah, I have to agree with you on that one.
Yeah.
Because not a lot of people do have, you know, they get burned out.
Yeah.
They do certain things that make them actually hate the kitchen.
Yeah.
You know, some people just don't like cooking, you know. And for those people, come on down and see us, Terrace 390, located down here in Orlando, you know. And I mean, if you like it, you like it. And if not, then find something you do like. Whether it's music, whether it's accounting, whether it's public defender, whether you're a social worker. Find something that makes a purpose in your life. Follow your goals, follow your dreams, and with enough determination and sweat, you should be able to get there, Mike.
Look, Jason Bruner giving life advice as well as food
Oh,
advice.
I don't know about that, Mike. I try to do what I can.
Hey, cheers to that, man.
Thanks, Mike. I
Thanks for
appreciate
doing
it.
this.
Yeah.